So I'm able to go live on TikTok. Shocked me to death. And then I had to do an age verification. So they asked you to put your birth date in. I put my birth date in. Then they asked you to prove it. How do you say? Okay, fine. You can enter your ID. You can submit a credit card and they'll pay you on a credit card. I mean, anybody can have a credit card, but whatever. Or you can have them verified by a picture. Okay, I was born in 76. TikTok took a picture of me in less than a second. They said, yep. So there's that. So I was actually ready to do a short video, which I'm gonna have to do anyway, because I realized that TikTok doesn't save the videos, but I can save this and upload it to my YouTube. So that's what I'm gonna do. And since I'm gonna put this on YouTube, let me go and save myself some trouble of having to make a separate video for YouTube. And I'm gonna read this to y'all, because really I already know what's going on, but this will give y'all a little bit more information. Let me tell you, Fulton County is something else. I know y'all heard about the Fulton County jails and how bad they are. This is the current sheriff here, right here. And you know, their jails are pretty doggone bad. They have many problems over there, but you also know that that's where Thugger and, you know, Woody over there with Fanny, the girl that had an affair with, you know, and she wanted to go after Trump, but that didn't work out too well. So she's now going after Young Thug, and that's a whole nother conversation. And we don't have to have it though, because from what I'm seeing online, y'all ain't having the right conversation. But we'll get to that. So Fulton County, there was a guy, I can't remember his name, and I need to do a check to see what's going on with that story. But this guy had the bed bugs. Y'all remember that story? He had bed bugs that ate him alive in his jail cell, in his bed. Yep. Oh, swipe to see real-time performance. Why would I do that while I'm live? So TikTok was saying that you need to have 10,000 followers to be able to go live. But then they put me in these studios and everything. And I'm like, oh, I thought I didn't qualify. But then they wouldn't let me go live. Then they got me an iPhone. Now I can go live. Is that all it takes? I'm guessing that's what it is. But thank you for all y'all who joined. You just came over here to see what I'm talking about. Listen, I'm talking about this sheriff right here in Fulton County Jail. That's where they're having the Young Thug and the Lil Woody and all that kind of stuff going on. You know, Finest? Is it Finest? Well, you know, her. Where she tried to, you know, hem up Trump and everything. So, you know, I guess they over there trying to make a name for themselves, but they're not trying to do nothing about that jail cell. I don't know if y'all been following the Young Thug trial when Woody was talking about how he do not want to go back to that jail, how terrible the jail is, you know, stuff like that. The jail is bad, okay? And for those of you who just joined, in case y'all didn't know, there was an inmate there who, I think this was last year, he died in his bed because he got ate by bed bugs in Fulton County Jail. That's how bad they are. They're pretty bad. They have a very, very bad reputation. And so when you see Lil Woody on the stand and he's talking about he'd do anything to not have to go back there, I think he's valid in saying that from what I've been seeing about Fulton County Jail. But listen, Thursday, y'all. Thursday, they had a walk-off. They had a walk off. They had over 80 security guards walk off the job. So the sheriff did a press conference and he says that he regrets telling them to walk off. Now, I didn't watch the video of all what he said. I'm just looking at the news reporting of it. But he's saying he regrets telling them to walk off. Why would he regret it? Because listen. So the employees at the Fulton County Jail walked off after a nearly $1 million deficit. How does that happen? Y'all know Tiffany Henyard up there in Chicago? It happens something like that. That's usually how it goes down. But yeah, they had a $1 million deficit, so that left the security company who they hired to help out the officers at the jail. That's how they get paid. That $1 million deficit means they won't get paid. So the sheriff said that the company made a decision, one that he described as regrettable, on Thursday to text the workers to walk off. I mean, it seemed like it panned out so far. I mean, but this is just what they're saying on face. So we have to see. But the security guards were employed by a third party contractor. And they walked off the job after the deficit. I mean, they weren't going to get paid, basically. They keep repeating itself, but we get it. All right. So it was Labat. That's the sheriff. Him, Labat. He's a new guy. So he said Strategic Security Corporation made a decision, one that Labat describes as regrettable, on Thursday to text workers to walk off the job. Maybe they just saying that because it's the politically correct thing to say. It's the professionally correct thing to say. Because, I mean, if you're hired as a security company to secure something or someone, you don't want to just walk off the job because you're not happy. I mean, you still need to secure what you need to secure. So I guess it makes sense for them to say that. But if they're not getting paid and you're going to be at a jail and you're going to be at Fulton County Jail, yeah, I think we understand the walk off, right? So they said they previously made a decision, a written decision, that they would have workers to pull off the job on Friday. What is the job? I would like to know. But so far they haven't mentioned it. I don't think that they do. But I guess it was just their regular job. So they keep saying regret in this article. It's a little bit overdone. So it was about 2:15 on Thursday. And he told them to vacate their jobs and abandon their position and not to come into work. Whoever was coming in on the next shift. Yeah. All right. So it was budgetary. Of course, they weren't going to get paid. And they said it's already a tough situation working at the Fulton Jail, given everything that goes on there. And if they come to the table with an amicable solution, then they're more than happy to reinstate the guards. Now, here's the kicker. So they said they have been presenting them with amicable solutions for over 8 months now. And they regret having to make this hard decision. Okay, we get it. So the company was responsible for supplementing the jail staff. And they was giving them nearly 80 security officers. So he said it has now created the opportunity for the county to actually hire these guys to work for them for real, as regular employees. I don't know if they want that, because if they're working for the security company, they could work different jobs, keep you from being bored. Maybe you got one you don't like more than the other. And, you got girlfriend number one over here. You know how that go. Just saying. But they did say that they invited them back. They put out the ads for the job for security officer specialist. And they're going to get a 10% pay increase. So tell me, guys, what would you do? They already had a $1 million deficit that caused them not to get paid. Caused them not to get paid. So they had to walk off the job. But they've been haggling this already for a while. So this tells me that they already wasn't getting paid. Because how could they be haggling it for a while? So this didn't just happen overnight. Right? But they want to hire them as regular employees. So that means that's going to be your main job. Every day. You get your shift assignment. You get what hall you're going to be on. What cell block you're going to be on. You're going to be at Fulton County every day. Now, they're specialists. So they're not just regulars. There's not security guards you'll find at a Quick Trip. But they do take on, specialist assignments. So they could have something that's exciting. Let's say Kamala come back. Hopefully not. Or if Trump come back, maybe, they'll help him not get shot at again. Can we say that on TikTok? I don't know. Can we say it on YouTube? I don't know. But why wouldn't we be able to? So he said that they had talked to 47 as of Thursday night, hoping to bring them into, and they put this in air quotes, safer jail conditions. So, yeah, I think I would be walking off the job if I'm not getting paid and I got to deal with those type of conditions, and they're admitting that it's probably a little bit above, because working at a jail can't be all that safe. I appreciate y'all joining. I didn't really think nobody was going to join my live. I don't know what that is up there, because it's my first time going live on TikTok, and I ain't really learned about how that works yet, but it might be something. Maybe y'all gave me something. Thank you if you did. I appreciate y'all hitting a like, though. I do. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it on my YouTube page. If y'all want to check me out on YouTube, it's the same thing. Soul Search, 4 1s and 1 0. So he described the lack of the payment to the security contractor as a budgetary issue within the county. Wait a minute. Hold on. What county? Fulton County? The same county that's going to be responsible for their pay if they become full-time employees? What y'all think about that? I mean, would you? Would you take the job? Or would you just keep working because you're not fired. You're not out of a job. You're probably out of the job assignment that you had that was probably contracted to be ongoing, steady pay. So you thought you probably out of that, but your company would just get you more assignments, right? So you're going to go work for Fulton County as an official security specialist, and you're gonna hope that you get your money. Because what are they doing with the money? I don't know. But did y'all watch any of the Fannie Willis situation? Because it was very telling. I feel like she got away with a lot, but a lot of the stuff that I saw that they were trying to brush off as, oh, no big deal. I think if it was somebody else, they would have been in hot trouble. And they definitely wouldn't be. That's why I'm like, it's something up. It's Georgia politics, y'all. It's something else. You think Tiffany Henyard over there, you think that's just something that's getting a whole lot of attention. But, I mean, I think you guys kind of get the gist of it, because you saw how she definitely was trying to get at Trump. But, they could have done some other presidents like that, but they didn't. But, I guess we're not going to discuss that. I'm just saying. I guess we're not going to discuss that. But, yeah, that's the news. And I could play this before I get on up out of here. Because I was actually doing something on my phone, and then, I got this notification. I'm like, they're going to give us an ad, so I'm going to put the mute on that. Let me see what y'all saying in the comments. It's just people joining. They tell me when you join, but they don't tell me when you leave. Look like I got some likes. Okay, so now that I can go live, then I need to learn how this go. You know, I want to do a battle. Because, you know.
Opportunity for us to partner with the Board of Commissioners early last year.
I hope y'all can hear this real good.
Since then, given the funding deficit, our inability to, as a county, pay the actual past-due expenses, the company made a decision. A written decision in writing that they would pull out Friday. Unfortunately, regrettably, at around 2:15 today, company employees were told to vacate their jobs, abandon their position, and not to come in to work tonight. So we worked with our county manager, we worked with our chief human resource officer manager for the county, and we are available and are using our vacancies to actually hire those individuals. The last thing I wanted to do is have anybody be unemployed, be in a position where ultimately they are without a job. And so we've invited those individuals back in.
This is my thing. How would they be out of a job, though? I get that they arranged for this contract, right? Which I don't know how long it spans for, but it would have kept them, I guess, gainfully employed and paid for however that. Let's say it lasts 6 months. Let's say it lasts a couple of years. That's covered. But can't they boss just do his job and scout them out another position? I mean, there's plenty of politicians and all kind of stuff that can use some security in Georgia. They can find other jobs. So he's saying unemployed like as if they were already employees. I'm just not really feeling the whole don't pay them because we messed up the money. Because I know they skipping over it right now, but I will be looking for it. Is anybody talking about any answers as far as what's going on with that $1 million? What happened? What had happened to the $1 million? What they do with it? How they lose it? Where it go? Who they spend it on? They find it where spend it with her, boo thing or chasing Trump? I mean, what happened to the money? Because they sure didn't spend it on, making the jails nice. They didn't spend it on that. So you couldn't pay them for a while. You didn't pay them for a while. You in $1 million deficit. That's a lot to us, right? It's a lot. It covers a lot of paychecks. But this is the same source of where they would get their regular pay from. That's how you fix it? How about what happened to the $1 million? And can we make sure that nothing like that happens again by, put the ones who did it over there in the Fulton County Jail where they belong? Probably. Because I don't know what happened. But, I mean, I'm assuming corruption, right? Deficit is what they're calling it. Deficit. Let's see. How can it be a deficit? Because if it's a deficit, who did you go to? Biden or Kamala so you can get the monies funded? Who funded the money? If you in the deficit, you sure don't have the money to hire them at a 10% increase. I mean, I guess we boo-boo the fool. I guess. But he's saying some more stuff.
And as one young lady, we met with them. One young lady just said, I'm grateful for the opportunity. Couldn't afford to be unemployed. And we are focusing on hiring at a security officer specialist position, which is equivalent to what they actually left as after being told to leave. And essentially, because they're coming to work for the county, they will get a 10% pay increase as well as benefits. So I'll take any questions that you have. So it's nearly $1 million that ultimately over 3 months that we actually, from the perspective of the unfunded or being able to not fund that problem.
You hear that? So this is different. This is even worse. It's not just the $1 million deficit, y'all. It's $1 million deficit as far as the employees' pay. This is how much in debt they are to these people for their payroll. And he's apologizing to sheriff. Oh, regrettably. But the sheriff, who is not the employer of these security guards, right? They have their employer that they work for, the security company. The employer didn't tell them to walk off. Not, y'all go home because I can't do this no more. We can't pay you. No, he said, code 10, don't put your stuff down, leave. Tell the other boys don't come in for their shift. So, they discussed this. So why would the sheriff, who really is one of you owe them, how would he be in cahoots with them to tell them this is when we gonna draw the line and walk off? So it's somebody somewhere who, what with the money? They know what happened with the money. It's $1 million. You ain't been paying them. So you want people to come from their homes so they can provide for their families and go to the nastiest jail probably in Georgia. The worst jail by reputation in Georgia. And work there for free with no pay. How they even gonna get gas to work? But the same county that didn't pay them the $1 million is gonna pay them with 10% interest. Somebody please add that up, because I'm not good at math. Really not. What does it add up to? It add up to some BS. That's what it adds up to.
Properly, we owed that, and obviously, like any good business, they wanted their money. What I found disingenuous, though, was during our conversations today, during negotiations today, they actually told their people to abandon their post. And so at that point, I found that disingenuous, and we found a way to move forward.
Right. Okay, so the article does not make it as clear as what he's doing right now, does it? So he didn't send out the text. He said they made the decision during negotiations to walk off. Y'all thinking what I'm thinking? I need to hear their side. I need to hear from the representative of the employers, so the employees, so we can hear how did it go down for you? Because he's saying he's disappointed because they walked off during negotiations. Okay. So if you couldn't get it straight during negotiations, when they had to at least give the threat, so they knew that they could lose workers that they need at the jail. You couldn't get that right. But as soon as they leave, you can say, oh, you can come to my house, be my maid, with a 10% interest.
Is it the sheriff's office or is it the county commissioner? So it's enough blame to go around, but ultimately I believe people should get paid for what they have worked for, and so we will work diligently to make that happen. But ultimately we have put ourselves in a position where we can create and maintain a safer environment by employing these individuals, and we want to create a safer employment opportunity.
Okay, so wait, hold on. We're not gonna make any attempts. They work, they get paid. That's how they go. You have the money, it's in the budget, you pay them. If the money ain't in the budget, you don't even hire them. That's how that go. This kind of talk he talking, that sounds slimy. I wouldn't accept it. But however, how did he put himself in? How did they put themselves in a position to be able to create these fantastical 10% increase raise positions when you couldn't even put yourself in a position to give them their money? So as I press play again, I want to hear you say we also negotiated immediately giving them the money we owe them, because Listen, they don't have to accept that job. They probably not going to accept the job. It sounds worse than it did initially. So, yeah, that'll be a double hockey sticks no for me. I wouldn't accept it. Bro, you gonna gas me up with more sweet talk? I thought we was through the love bombing stage. Yeah, you gonna promise me 10% interest on my pay? They probably go, listen, I know y'all heard about the firefighters, and this is sad. I do believe it was in. No, this was over there with Tiffany Henry. Yes, it was. Okay, so she had the firefighters, right? What she did with the budget for their money, for their pay, I don't know. Their health care, package that they get, an employer is supposed to pay their part. Tiffany and them haven't been paying it. This is Tiffany Henry over in Chicago, Dalton and Thornton. She hadn't been paying it. They was going to the hospital or the doctor when they needed to. Found out they had no coverage. No coverage. It's so bad there that there was only one fireman that was willing to get on camera and speak about this. And he said the other guys, it's a problem. Because imagine you got your wife, your children, your babies, you just had a baby, all on your coverage. Can't nobody use the coverage. So it's so bad there. It's so gangster. The other guys were afraid to come on camera. You see a nice looking, tight body firemen standing up there talking about how they are afraid. That's pretty doggone gangster. And this is gangster too. I can't pay you. I've been sending you home week after week, waiting for your check with no money. To the tune, it's only 80 people. $1 million. Okay? We can just, who's ever great at math, you can quickly pull that up and say they probably get paid an average of what? It probably been a time span of what? We're still guessing unless they give us numbers, which a FOIA could take care of all that, right? But this had to be more than a week. So you've been not paying them. So you were the whole time, because this is what I would be assuming and I would be asking. So the whole time you was working up a plan, taking money out of my family pocket so you can put it over here, so you can create a position, so you can offer us a position and get hired. Like, we want this to be our full-time depression. Like, we want this to be our full-time job. Isn't that kind of the beauty in this situation of them being temporary staff? They can go do other assignments. Who wants to permanently work at the Fulton County Jail where it's so corrupt it's not even funny, and they don't want to pay? What was it Woody said? He said they had them there with no water and no food. The man, not Woody, I can't remember his name, got ate up by bed bugs while lying in the bed in the jail at Fulton County. And his family was going through some mess, because of course they're going to try to cover it, hide it, lie about it, and all kind of stuff. And they showed the pictures of the guy. It's pretty bad. I don't know if any of y'all ever got attacked by bed bugs before. I ain't gonna lie, it's happened to me, and it was bad. I'm talking about bad. Listen, I'm a truck driver, right? Been driving trucks 12 years. Going out, oh boy, this was a long time ago. It had to be a trainer. Because if it was a partner, we'd have got the boxing. But plus, if it's a partner, 9 times out of 10, we got in the truck initially together, so we both know the status of the truck, the upkeep and everything we're both responsible for, and everything is kosher, right? So I believe this was a trainer. Actually, yes, it was. So my turn to drive. You got to do your driving. You got to get used to being 10 hours on the road straight, right? So I'm driving, Then all of a sudden, my feet, my legs, my ankles, I'm like, something's going on. I'm just burning, something going on. And, you know, typically they do anything to get off that road because they're getting over it. But I had to advocate and fight for my way to get to the hospital, and I was down for the count. Had to go through medication and all that stuff. It was bad. And that's just on the feet and the ankles. And the allergic reaction itself took over most of the rest of my body. So I felt it everywhere. It was terrible. It was something I wouldn't recommend to happen to anybody, okay? Imagine that you cannot move because you're so emaciated. Because they showed the guy just a few months. But he hadn't even been in there long. Few months before that. And he was like a healthy size and everything. And I can't even remember his infraction while he was there, but it was, I don't think it was in like a violent crime, or he was headed for prison. I think it was something he would have been out of there shortly. This is just me going off memory. But this guy was not able to move, and they had him in solitary, I believe. So that's even worse. So if he could move, he going as far as what? Nowhere. And solitary, they can check on you and do whatever when they want to. And this guy got ate to death by bed bugs. That's Fulton County. Which you see it hasn't changed based upon Woody on the stand talking about how bad he don't want to go back to the jail. The boy almost cried. I'm like, I thought you was a killer. Your stomach hurt? You got boo-boo? I don't know if y'all watching that, but that's a mess. So let me skip this ad so we can finish listening to this mess. Because this is what it is a bunch of mess. It's some stuff going on over there. Because it sounds like they set them up.
If you are not familiar, there was a third-party contractor. Given that we have long since said the Fulton County Sheriff has been understaffed and underfunded, an opportunity for us to partner with the Board of Commissioners early last year and bring on a third-party contractor. Since then, given the funding deficit, our inability to, as a county, pay the actual past due expenses, the company made a decision. A written decision in writing that they would pull out Friday, unfortunately and regrettably, at around 2:15 today. Company employee.
Okay, so he is the one saying he regrets what they did. How? You regret? He should save those regrets for the fact that they haven't been paying them. That's what he should be saying he regrets. He regrets that he represents and works for a county that wasn't paying the workers, especially doing that type of job. So you weren't paying them, but you regret that they walked off? Why? Because then you didn't have the people you needed. So two things he said here now. The county is what? Understaffed and underfunded. So they're understaffed because they're underfunded. So if the would-be permanent employees could talk to the current permanent employees, which I'm pretty sure they do because they work together, they already know don't do it, right? These people probably having a problem getting their money too. So you understaffed, you underfunded, but somehow you had the money to negotiate hiring at least 80 extra security workers instead of hiring regular people because they're understaffed and underfunded, not just understaffed. There's a lot of crazy people out here that would love to work at a jail because, I mean, it's somebody for everything, right? So I ain't gonna say they're all crazy, but they do be doing some weird stuff. You know, like the one girl, she got caught with the dude, with the inmate, and he had his finger in her mouth. I mean, there was recently, this is another state, but there was recently another one. This was a lady worker, and she let the other inmate film her while she hanky-pankying with the inmate, and she married. They be getting pregnant by them and everything. I can't see it. But at the same time, you never can say, because it's still man, woman, it's still close quarters, it's still, we see you every day. It's still, I don't know. I just say I wouldn't put myself in that position. The same way I say I would never co-drive with somebody I was attracted to. I just never did that. You got to be not ugly, okay? Sure, your mother loves that face, but just, I can't be attracted to you. Because I don't want to get tempted. When you be on that road, I'm talking about you live in a truck. You can imagine living in an RV. Can you imagine living in a truck, an 18-wheeler, with somebody else of the opposite sex? You be man, I be woman.
Employees were told to vacate their jobs, abandon their position, and not to come in to work tonight. So we worked with our county manager, we worked with our chief human resource officer manager for the county, and we are available and are using our vacancies to actually hire those individuals. The last thing I wanted to do is have anybody be unemployed, be in a position where ultimately they are without a job. And so we've invited those individuals back in, and as one young lady, we've met with them, one young lady just said, I'm grateful for the opportunity, couldn't afford to be unemployed, and we are focusing on hiring at a security officer specialist position, which is equivalent to what they actually left as.
He think that sounds fancy.
And essentially, because they're coming to work for the county, they will get a 10% pay increase as well as benefits. So I'll take any questions that you have.
I don't know what, I wouldn't come out here and talk like this. I would not, I would tell somebody else that you say it. I'm not saying it. Because to me, it just looks like, what, sir, what are you doing? What are you doing? So you work with who and who to do what? Because should you have worked with them to get these people their money? He still ain't said they got their money. I would be, I don't know about that woman. She probably got children, circumstances. They probably accept stuff that I don't know. But there's always one or two, right? But you still ain't talked about paying them the monies that you owe them to the tune of $1 million. And then you gonna take, I guess, my money and put it towards hiring somebody, but you was already understaffed because you couldn't hire nobody in the first place. That's how they do business. It's just who's okay with it? These reporters better get them.
How much yourself owed to this company? So it's nearly $1 million that ultimately over 3 months that we actually, from the perspective of the unfunded or being able to not fund that properly, we owed that. And
what was they doing for 3 months? Putting their wives on OnlyFans? Like, how was they paying bills for 3 months?
And obviously, like any good business, they wanted their money. What I found disingenuous, though, was during our conversations today, during negotiations today, they actually told their people to abandon their post. And so at that point, I found that disingenuous, and we found a way to move forward.
Sheriff, I think that you did not plan on paying the excess of $1 million. And also, who does this fall on? Is it the sheriff's office or is it the county commissioner?
So it's enough blame to go around. But ultimately, I believe people should get paid for what they have worked for. And so we will work diligently to make that happen. But ultimately, we have put ourselves in a position where we can create and maintain a safer environment by employing these individuals.
This is why you should be into your local politics. Let everybody else fight over Kamala versus Trump. Okay? I can insert my opinion there. But I don't want to start nothing right now. Okay? But at the end of the day, who cares? Because whoever they want to be president, they're going to be president. Y'all should be getting together and strategically voting. Okay? You should know everybody who sits in office in where you live. And you should know what they are supposed to be doing. You should know what they actually are doing and what they are not doing. You should know what they support and what they oppose, okay? Because these local people have a direct effect on you, okay? And this is taxpayers' money right here. Now, this guy say they gonna work on getting the money, but he's expressing, instead of apologizing profusely and being concerned with paying these people before, how you gonna not pay me to the point where I have to walk off? Clearly, they walked off during negotiations because you wasn't trying to give them their money. 3 months? How much longer do you think the mortgage company is going to hold out? At 3 months, somebody coming to get that car. We need it today. We not going past today. You don't got it? Bro, we not staying no more. We don't work for free. We don't work for free. But you complaining because they walked off. But you're going to hire somebody else with money that you supposedly don't have. I don't live in Fulton County, but Fulton County voters, y'all need to take care of your mess, because this is mess, okay? They need to be taking care of that jail. Y'all need to be making them. If they don't do what they need to do, you need to let them know. We gonna hold you accountable. We are in your butt. We know every penny y'all get in this office and what it's supposed to go to, and we are gonna be right here to see what you do with it. And if you don't do your job, we're gonna put somebody else in and give them a chance, and we're gonna do the same thing with them. That's how it's supposed to go. But you know what? Y'all just let it happen. You just let it happen. I guess that's why it's such a strain on the economy, because keeping you, oh, I gotta work, paying bills, then you don't got time for that, right? Well, you don't have time for it. Don't have time for it.
Individuals, and we want to create a safer employment opportunity for them, as well as those that we provide care and custody to.
How many employees did you hire back?
Right now, our target is nearly 50, specifically 47 that came in tonight. And that is understanding that the third-party contractor went from a buildup of 30 to almost 80-plus individuals, so that's nearly half. We have scheduled them accordingly so that we can possibly create the safest environment that we have.
What?
Vacancy,
boy,
vacancies
cut it out. You can't staff people that you ain't even hired yet. He act like he just know they gonna say yes. If they do, they slow. Or it's just a whole lot going on there that they, you know how sometimes people get in the right environment for them, or so they feel, you know, and it's, a lot goes on, and we kind of keep what happens in Vegas. Unless somehow they feel like this is beneficial to them, you just facing the exact same thing. Plus, this is your permanent position. Every single day, you know you going to the Fulton County Jail. And nowhere else.
Why were they not paying for the past 3 months?
Unless we see y'all on the side of the highway, which we see a lot of that. A lot of it.
Company itself, again, so this is a budgetary issue that we have continually fought for. And so we were not in a position, again, we talk about the historic underfunding of the sheriff's office, and that played a large part.
So if you're not able to pay them, no.
I understand that these employees, from talking to the CEO, that they were actually paid by this company, but the company was not receiving money from Fulton County. So essentially these employees haven't been paid, but they're being paid by the company. The company is out over $1 million.
Well, the company has said they paid employees, but the meeting I just left, there were several employees, 10 or 15 employees that said last week before, these people didn't get a full paycheck. And so I'm happy to
this just keeps getting better. Wait. So the company been paying his men, and you're supposed to pay him so he can pay his men. You haven't been paying him for the tune of 3 months, his own admission. But he's still been paying his men. And so, eventually he can't keep paying his men, right? So, what do you say, 3 weeks? So for the past 3 weeks, he ain't been able to come out his own pocket. And you trying to put him on blast because you think you putting him on blast? He held them up this long by paying them for you when you wasn't paying him so he could pay them. So you trying to call him out because he stopped paying them. That's not the information from the meeting I just left. For 3 weeks. Well, how about 3 months? You ain't paid nobody. So now you still owe this man money. You still owe them money. But you want them to come and you gonna lie. Where the lady at? Bring her on here. I want to hear her say it. And I want people to verify that this is she. She is one of these employees. And she is so happy to go and work for the same county. That's like, hit me again. Like, and this time you better put some stank on it. No.
With them as Fulton
This is
County
bold.
employees, because one thing that Fulton County does well is take care of its employees.
So, if you haven't been able to pay them for the past 3 months because of budgetary concerns, and now you're hiring people with a increase in pay, how is the sheriff's department going to pay for them?
So there are 2 different buckets of money.
Yeah.
And so ultimately we're using our vacancies, as I've said, to really bring them on to a livable wage. Really, as I found out, it was heartbreaking to see that some of these folks weren't even making a livable wage. And so if you look at what the Board of Commissioners has done in a very positive manner, and that is creating employee opportunities where people are making in this case, $41,000.
But why couldn't this have been fixed before this? Because, I mean, if you had this...
$41,000 a livable wage? You flexing? Okay. He really, really, really trying to play this man face. I wish they please do find him and do an interview. I'm going to reach out to him myself. Because I want, for him to be able to speak. And I'm pretty sure he got a whole lot to tell, sir. I'm pretty sure he got a whole lot to tell you. He really trying to throw this man under the bus. It's not happening. Some of us have working brains. Seriously? A livable wage. And then he gonna say $41,000. And he pushed that one out. Because he really was gonna say 40. He just making that number up anyway. And $41,000 a year ain't ish in 2024. He said livable. $41,000? And when you keep going without money, you don't stay, you don't go up, you go down. So $41,000 is really, that's going to help them. Baby, I'm pretty sure they owe everybody. Their in-laws, they owe everybody.
This pot of money over here that you're able to hire people with now with a pay increase. Why did it get to this point where a company hasn't been paid nearly $1 million?
So again, there are 2 different buckets of money, right? One is contractual money. The other, what we're using,
that's not an answer.
Are monies that were gleaned from the vacancies. And so we're able...
That's not an answer, bro. We get it. Buckets of money. I'm imagining buckets of money. Where's the buckets of money at, though? Because it's not... See, this is what y'all supposed to know as Fulton County voters. What they're getting money for, when they're getting it, and what they're doing with it. So you can hold them accountable. It's your business. It's your money. It's your county. And they wouldn't be able to do shit like this because they got somebody they got to answer to. See, when they fly around all willy-nilly and do what they want to do, this is the type of stuff they do. And then come on here with this arrogant attitude like they going to throw the man who was paying them and keeping them employed because he signed the contract. He signed up. He's responsible for scouting the deals for them. He got, bro, I got y'all this deal, sweet deal. At Fulton, yeah, you know what I'm saying.
able to because as we continuously hire, and we have done a great job. The women and men of the Fulton County Sheriff's Office
ain't qualified to hire.
Come into an environment where they have the hardest job, really, in the state of Georgia, and ultimately should be paid accordingly. And so where we continuously recruit, we've recruited almost 750 people in the last 3 years.
Nobody's
Retention
impressed by
becomes
that.
an opportunity. And if you follow the board
you don't pay
commissions,
people.
if you look at where we're not able to pay double time any longer, where overtime was cut, there are buckets of money that really lie in our vacancies. And so with the Board of Commissioners, or actually with our partners over the county manager's office.
Well, I don't even want to let, he got a couple of more minutes, y'all. It's not getting better. Overtime was cut and double time was cut. When you start cutting overtime and double time, that's when we thinking about leaving. Yep. I mean, we got to weigh that against what else is it about the job. Then I would want to stay here, and it's got to be. You can't go from getting overtime and double time to not getting it, because see, what happens is you got more overtime and double time. Then they start making it mandatory. See, that's what they do when they don't pay you overtime and double time. Then you got state laws that differ. So the state law, double time, they're not going to cover that. But overtime, in some cases, is mandatory. So he said one got cut and the other they couldn't pay. Wording. Can't pay double time and overtime was cut. That's what he said. So overtime was cut. Is that legal? Listen, these people need to get together and go to an employment attorney, and they need to do a mass suit. Their issue is definitely not with their own employer, and they know that. And if they allow this jackal here to finesse them into thinking so, then they should sign up for the job and tell them, hey, just pay me when you can, man. Because I mean, no, sir.
Office, again, the chief people person for the county, a sustainable way now for us to move forward.
Does Fulton County plan on paying this third-party company the millions of dollars that they are?
As I said earlier, I believe in paying for people the work they've done. And so contractually, we will get there. We just...
Boy,
unemployed.
It's people out here who believe in unicorns, rain, freaking Santa Claus, all kind of stuff. I done messed it up. They keep asking him because they not getting no answers. We don't care about what you believe. Ain't nobody asked you none of that. This ain't about your personal beliefs and your fantasies and everything. This is about, are you gonna pay them back? One time did he say, we absolutely will. We regret, his favorite word today. We regret not being able to pay them. Oh, here's one. We regret not being able to pay their employer so he can pay them. And so he's been having to pay them out of his own pocket. Instead, he gonna put him on. Well, we just found out that for the past 3 weeks, they ain't been getting paid. And they ain't getting paid no livable wage. And you got $41,000 of an offer of make-believe money on the table?
For this, because I mean, if you had this pot of money over here that you're able to hire people with now with a pay increase, why did it get to this point where a company hasn't been paid nearly $1 million?
So again, there are two different buckets of money, right? One is contractual money. The other, what we're using, are monies that we're gleaning from the vacancies.
Repeating the same thing.
And so we're able to, because as we continuously hire, and we have done a great job. The women and men of the Fulton County Sheriff's Office.
Shut. Hiring people get you more money? Because I'm going to go hire some people right now. That's how you don't invest in nothing. Y'all doing it all wrong. Bitcoin, the stock market, real estate, cut. Just go hire people. That's how you make money. You need a return on your investment. Just watch your bank account blow up. That's why they keep asking you the same questions.
Every day they come into an environment where they have the hardest job really in the state of Georgia, and ultimately should be paid accordingly. And so where we continuously recruit, we've recruited almost 750 people in the last 3 years. Retention becomes an opportunity. And if you follow the Board of Commissions, if you look at where we're not able to pay double time any longer, where overtime was cut, there are buckets of money that really lie in our vacancies. And so with the Board of Commissioners, or actually with our partners over at the county manager's office, again, the chief people person for the county, a sustainable way now for us to move forward.
Does Fulton County plan on paying this third-party company the millions of dollars that they are?
As I said earlier, I believe in paying for people the work they've done. And so contractually, we will get there. We just weren't going to be able to get there as quickly as they liked.
Sure, but the company has said they've been doing numerous calls, meetings with you guys, but you're telling us that you were in negotiations today when they made this call to have their employees walk off, but the company's saying that they've already...
Yeah, I can't comment on,
did he cut him off?
Again, the disingenuousness of what was happening. I know for a fact, me and my team were on the phone at 2:15 when they then called the Fulton County customer service line.
He making it up. You should see his face.
That one, they're telling people to leave at 5 o'clock today, and simultaneously, while on the phone with one of our chief people persons, told their people to leave. And in fact, people left. And so again, the last thing I want is for anybody to be unemployed. And so we have changed this.
Shame on him.
Ultimately, this has allowed us to bring more people on, allowed us to create a safer environment.
Bro, I can't handle this no more.
You'll see an excited new Fulton County employee. So thank you all. I appreciate it.
Can you talk about the safety situation that created?
Who is his wife? Ain't no way. I could not be her. I wouldn't put up with this every day in my face, talking to me like this, gaslighting me with this beat. Did y'all hear this? But wow, just a bucket of trash. That's what this is here. This guy is a bucket. Fulton County, your sheriff is trash. Your county clearly is trash, and that's how you like it. And this is the biggest county in Georgia. Wait till they got a hard job in Georgia. They probably do because they working for y'all. But, and it's the worst jails by reputation in Georgia. And Fulton County is the biggest county in Georgia. The biggest county in Georgia with the worst jails. And y'all ain't paying them. And this guy is proof that if you one of these security guards in Fulton County and you watching this and you go sign up with this man for a fake job, the job is real, okay? You working there is going to be real, but you might as well just put some shackles on your feet and be an inmate because it's slavery. Inmates probably get more money than you at this point. I just keep seeing people join, but I don't see any comments. Yeah, I don't see any comments, so I don't want to miss if anybody said anything. I'm about to get up out of here. Thank y'all for joining and listening, and talk about this. Talk about this. What's going on in your county? Do you know who's sitting in the seats? What decisions are they making? Trump ain't making them. Kamala ain't making them. Sleepy Joe didn't make them either. Before it even gets to them, you can push laws through your local legislation. You can write bills. Y'all want me to do bill writing class? You can write bills. Bills, not bills that you pay, bills that become laws. Local politicians. That's who you need to be, all up in their nut and cracking it, okay? All up in their nut and cracking it. So now I have messages. Okay, cool. I was about to get up out of here. Oh, it's just saying so-and-so joined. Well, thank you guys for joining. And I'm scanning again. Whose picture? Oh, sorry if you're still here. That's the guy that's talking. The sheriff. It wouldn't let me downsize myself, I guess, because I'm on live. So I couldn't pinch myself down. But that's the sheriff right there. That's the man that you was just listening to. Talking all that yin yang. He looked like a Lumbee. Y'all know what Lumberton, North Carolina, Lumbee Indian. He kind of looked like a Lumbee. And he might be. But I know what he is for sure. And that's full of politics. Listen, who is the guy? What's the name of the company? Let's go back over here. Name of the company, third party contractor. Okay, blah, 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 blah. I'm glad I did listen to that video, because good Lord, that was a hot freaking mess. So the guy told them that, you know, he been calling him and trying to figure out, hey man, when you gonna pay my money? You know how some do. You know what I'm saying? And he been avoiding in calls. But he told me he got them on the phone at 2:15. He said he's up here like it's a disgrace that the man chose to walk off. Well, son, you still in front of the reporters and not able to tell them that you're gonna pay these people their money. Well, what he tried to do, it don't work. Not for everybody. Some of us still have a good working brain. Yep. And they're quoting him saying this too. Messaging his employees to walk off last minute was disingenuous. Last minute? Bitch, last minute was 3 months ago when you was back on the first paycheck that you missed. That was last minute. Yeah. 2 different buckets of money. I know I saw the name of the company here. I'm going to find it. He really tried to throw this man under the bus, y'all. That's a doggone shame. He brought his employees to you and helped your raggedy jail out. And then paid them. He could have said, come on, y'all. They voided the contract. Hold on. They detected inactivity? Can y'all hear me? I hope you can. Can y'all hear me? Because TikTok said they detect inactivity. Am I supposed to be jumping up and down? Like what? Can y'all hear me? Somebody please tell me you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Huh? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Nobody ain't saying that. Don't tell me y'all can't hear me. That would be horrible. So, do y'all think I'm just a crazy lady that's just on here and I'm just talking in front of guys' picture and I don't want y'all to hear what I'm saying? You think this is a new TikTok trend? Can you hear me? Nobody ain't saying nothing. Oh, these are, I was going to ask the question, but it's locked. How, Sway? It say I can mute my microphone, so my microphone is on in my Prince voice. Okay, here we go. Can you please say yes? All you gotta do is say yes. Can y'all hear me? Can you read? Okay, the wrong audience. Well, I'll do voiceover later if that's the case. All right? So how do I end this live? Peace, y'all. Thank you for coming.